All right, so we're going to cover the biceps real quick. So here on this side of the arm, we have the triceps. And then on this side of the arm, we have the biceps. So one of the first things we want to notice about the biceps is that they originate not necessarily on the humerus here, but up here on the shoulder girdle. So that does have some implications for bicep training. Now, the exception of the short head, where it doesn't matter because it does, in fact, originate on the humerus. These longer heads of the bicep here, we kind of look at how the body is oriented. The biceps are going to function very well with doing arm curls kind of in this plane of motion where we're either externally rotating the arm out this way to the sides, and that kind of puts the arm kind of at like this 30-degree angle here, or we rotate it kind of into this angle here, and we call that the scapular plane, where we kind of hit like these angles in terms of arm training. Generally, what that does tend to do for most people, it does isolate the biceps very well, and it takes a lot of stress off of the elbows. So what happens is when we try to bring all this in straight out to the front, and we force the arms, especially with a barbell, to face straight ahead, sometimes that does kind of put some weird forces on, especially on this medial portion of the elbow here. So in general, as long as we're kind of like staying in the scapular plane with a lot of the bicep exercises, we're going to be able to isolate the biceps just a little bit better that way. But in general, as long as we're doing any kind of elbow flexion exercise, it almost doesn't matter what angle we do it at. You can see like the biceps are going to function pretty well through even though they are a biarticular muscle, they're going to function very well even by bringing the arms all the way out to the sides, doing bicep curls, in this angle, or even internally rotating the arms this way and kind of doing curls along this angle. So one of the main takeaways here is we don't have to necessarily train the biceps with the arms always locked straight ahead. We do have options, in this especially important when we want to kind of expand our range of motion out to include another ranges of motion that we typically wouldn't utilize very much. So anyways, bicep training, remember, long head biarticular muscle, so if we want to kind of train it in that lengthened position, that's where we kind of extend the elbow, we bring the arm back behind the body, we do our curls. We want to train like the shortened position, then we're going to shorten it by bringing the arm up to a more overhead position this way and doing our curls that way. So anyways, that's the biceps.